Steve. Whee! Today should be another drawing day. Gonna draw one day today. And also look at videos. Hehe. Oh gosh, I can't believe I actually forgot TGS was today. I will be drawing and watching some videos on the side. I might not speak for a bit, but
Take it from here. Final Fantasy VII Remake always felt like a marvel to me, an unlikely game that I have a hard time fathoming that it actually exists. To take one of the most well-known and beloved RPGs of all time and rebuild it into a modern package seemed an impossible task, yet Square Enix somehow managed to rise to the challenge. With Rebirth, the second entry in the planned trilogy of the FF7 Remake project, the task seems even more daunting. Going into Remake, it was unclear whether Square Enix would stay 100% true to the beloved original or make plot changes to one of the most well-known storylines in all of gaming. The answer, it turned out, was a bit of both. Remake followed the structure of FF7 nearly to a T, expanding out the original's Midgar section into a full game of its own, while also making small but significant changes to key moments. Now, Rebirth has the unenviable task of picking up this new, almost but not quite same story as Cloud, Aerith, Tifa, Barret, and Red 13 emerge from Midgar on the heels of Sephiroth. I went hands-on with a short demo section of the PS5 exclusive, playing through a bit of the flashback sequence from 5 years previous, where Cloud and Sephiroth approach the Mount Nibble reactor, as well as a second section of the open area that the party explores before entering the military city of Junon.
That city they're headed to, is that...
Junon. Shinra territory.
At its core, Rebirth's combat is nearly identical to the system used in Remake, combining active attacking and movement with issuing commands to your party members when their action meter is full. You still pressure and stagger enemies, building the gauge via skillful combat and doling out massive damage when it's full. It's a fun system that provides a good mixture of modern active combat with the turn-based strategy that FF7 is known for. Fortunately, there are some new combat options available at your disposal. Rebirth introduces a new synergy system that lets you unleash multi-character combo attacks. Look out for synergy skills, which are basic combo attacks that can be used without an ATB charge, that you employ by holding R1 and then pressing square or triangle. These didn't feel terribly different from just smashing square to attack, but they do give you an additional way to vary your basic damage output. Rebirth also introduces synergy abilities, which can be used when two characters have built enough synergy gauge, a new secondary meter that's filled by using abilities. These essentially feel like additional limit breaks, giving you another source of big flashy damage to dole out. Synergy abilities vary depending on the characters using them, and they have fun little mini cutscenes, like Barret unloading a salvo of bullets and then throwing Red 13 at the target.
Oh my god.
There's also new materia to expand your options in combat. In addition to one seen in Remake, like Synergy, Magnify, and Assess, I encountered a Precision Defense Focus materia, which extends the input timing window for perfect blocking, a Lightning and Wind materia, which enabled both Arrow and Thunder magic, and a Level Boost materia, which increases the level of the linked materia by 1. The demo also gave me a taste of how Rebirth will translate the expansive open world of FF7's world map into explorable zones. It won't be completely open world, but rather have large open areas that you'll be able to explore. Fans of the original will remember the pre-Junon section as a relatively empty bit of world map that the party traverses after emerging from the Mithril Cave. Here, though, it's a large open area with cliffs overlooking a picturesque bay with the imposing edifice of Junon looming in the background. In open areas like this, the party will explore on foot, in vehicles, and on the backs of chocobos. Poor Red 13. That cannot be comfortable. This section I played was fairly walled off at the edges. but it's unclear if these walls are actually hard separations from other zones, or if the world map actually is all connected, and you're just limited by the modes of traversal at your disposal, as was the case with the original FF7 overworld. I didn't get to try out catching a chocobo for myself, but once you have one for that area, it can be summoned with R1. Chocobos will primarily be used for exploration and traversal, with specialized variants available in different areas. In the section I played, I only had access to a fairly basic chocobo that gave me some extra speed, but we've seen in the gameplay trailer one that can scale cliffs and another that can fly. The open area also had some hunt-like encounters that were marked on the map. These marked enemies seem to be specialized variants that came with a list of tasks to complete while fighting them. In the demo, these tasks were fairly basic: pressure and stagger an enemy, and defeat them all within a certain time limit. But I have to assume that more complicated challenges will be present in the full game. These fights could also be repeated if you wanted to take an additional stab at knocking out all the objectives. Meanwhile, the open areas are littered with crafting materials to pick up. Little bits like laurel leaves and mist seeds and manifestations of the planet's blessing, whatever that is. These can be used to craft basic items like potions and Phoenix Downs. There are also chocobo stops to unlock, which serve as fast travel locations, letting you return to previous zones even after you've moved. And yes, you can pet the chocobo chick.
So cute. The hair is so spiky. What?
Story-wise, Rebirth again feels very familiar and yet also different. This is due in part to the tremendous difference in scale and presentation. Here, like with Remake, areas that were previously sparse or bare are expanded out into lush zones to explore. But there are also little changes that are mostly inconsequential, but they still play out in different ways than fans
catching
of
up
the
on
FF7
Rebirth stuff.
Climbing Mount Nibble with Cloud, Sephiroth,
TGS was
and
today.
Tifa is effectively the same as people will remember it, right down to specific scenes like Sephiroth explaining how materia is crystallized Mako.
For the Mako energy to condense into something like this,
yes, the classic scene.
an eternity.
I've always wondered, how does material...
How do you sound so weird, huh?
How did you ever get to be a soldier?
And then you'll run into something different, like
Same
needing to
clean.
use a big
I don't have a
vacuum
PS5.
cleaner,
I
some Mako fumes before you can use an
I
elevator.
do.
What was that about?
Random puzzle. Wee.
Finally, there's the question of bigger changes. The end of Remake,
But I'm not gonna
retcons a
watch. I'm
character
gonna
death
wait for
with
the Steam
fairly
release.
significant implications for FF7 story.
Steam or Epic
Rebirth,
Games, either
meanwhile,
one.
will cover through the end of the original game's first disc, which, well, I'm not gonna say anything. The real question, though, is whether the story-changing whispers of fate will show up again. That remains to be seen.
Oh, great. These assholes again. Probably some Shinra science experiment.
Whispers.
For more Final Fantasy VII Rebirth coverage, check out our interview with game director Naoki Hamaguchi, producer Yoshinori Kitase, and creative director Tetsuya Nomura. And for everything else, keep it right here on IGN.
Well, I mean, I do have a decent a GPU with some decent what's that processor? Yes, my brain is not working. I'm sorry. Actually, I haven't tried playing the Integrate nor the Crisis Core Remaster yet.
You said you wanted to be a hero.
So we shall see.
It thinks we're after material.
Someone should tell it we're not.
I guess.
It's so weird to see Cloud so active. Yeah, same. I played Crisis Core on PSP. I'm just like waiting for the time to play the remaster on my PC again, so that I can, you know, play that, play Integrate, play Remake, and then in time for Rebirth, I guess. Yeah. I have like this whole timeline planned for all these games. I miss turn-based Final Fantasy. Yeah. To some extent I do as well. But to some extent I'm also like glad they kind of mix the systems for like the recent games. For the remake, I mean. Yeah. Make it a bit more fast-paced. Especially now they can expand on like a lot of things, like for example the new synergy abilities and stuff. Oh man, that was so cool. Yeah, time to watch more.
Fantasy VII Remake was a game that was given an impossible task to recreate a game and all the memories that people have and make it feel like it's something substantial while also new at the same time. It's the game that we were all looking for, but the one we were really looking forward to was the sequel. So here we
Internet.
are, some
Download.
3.5 years later, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is on the horizon,
Yeah.
and we got to play it. And now, after
Good for
spending
you
a bit of time with
guys.
the game, I ultimately understand that Final Fantasy VII Remake was the game to step up to the plate. But it might be Rebirth that hits the home run. Again, before we jump into this, a big shout out to Square Enix. They gave us the opportunity to check out the Tokyo Game Show build of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth a little while ago, and I couldn't be happier to be considered among this and amongst all the other journalism and gaming peers. This is easily one of my favorite franchises. Final Fantasy VII Original is one of my favorite games ever, and I was thoroughly impressed with the majority of Final Fantasy VII Remake. So let's talk about it piece by piece. I'm going to make this a general impressions video and then make a couple others that go over some of the more intricate details of what you can expect, because there is an absolute metric ton to talk about from the two
Like the
demos that are
Segway.
available. So let's talk about the two demos. The first one is a portion of the flashback sequence, the story that we hear of Cloud talking to the rest of the party in Calm. And this is a recollection of events that happen in Nibelheim, which is the biggest core contributor of the plot of Final Fantasy VII, the events of Nibelheim. Yeah, it is essentially you and Cloud and younger Tifa all going up to the reactor, and purposely serves as the tutorial, at least the part that we were playing, for the beginning of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So, how could we expect this sequence to play out? Well, funny enough, this portion of the demo plays out fairly similar to Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's pretty linear, it's dungeon-like, and it is getting you acclimated to the controls of the characters. The fun part about it is that, yeah, you get to control as Sephiroth. He has his own move list, he has his own unique abilities that I don't think are present on any of the other characters, and you also get to play as Cloud, who has a revamped move list from the original Final Fantasy VII Remake, and it starts to introduce some new mechanics. You get to see synergy stuff. Going over some of the little things, though, I did kind of enjoy this as an introductory piece. There are some moments where there are puzzles. There are a lot of like exploration moments where
puzzles.
you're exposed
That's
to
nice.
how the game functions, which is verticality. And yeah, there's a new scaling button that characters have. I think it's circle, where you can climb up walls. Anything that is approximately like chest high to like head high, you can scale up it. And this leads to some pretty fascinating moments where you're like, oh, I usually would not be able to get to this thing even though my face is looking directly at it. Luckily in this game, yeah, you can actually climb walls, which is fun. This is just the beginning of what is technically possible in the game later on. And ultimately is serving as an introduction to, you know, this Nibelheim sequence and how the game works. There's portions of walls that are painted like yellow, very Horizon-like, that lets you know that, oh, that's scalable, you can go up and down that. And then some kind of enjoyable puzzle sections where you gotta look at the environment, figure out what to do, and then vacuum up some loose Mako funk that is preventing you from moving further. Things that weren't present in the original, mind you, but just getting you used to the fact that, yeah, dungeons are gonna provide some of these sort of engagements as you go through. The fun part is that, yeah, a lot of this plays out very similar. The dialogue of characters is extremely similar to the memories that Cloud has in the original Final Fantasy VII. And there is just a little bit more, you know, camaraderie before these characters. You get to see Cloud and Sephiroth have a little bit more moments, as Cloud is obviously new to all this stuff in this sequence. It's his first big soldier mission, and Sephiroth is the, you know, war-hardened veteran that is sort of assisting him and sees, like, the fact that he's very aspirational and wants to help Cloud out in a variety of ways.
Magic
What's
sure
with that
is
face?
weird.
So this is echoed very much throughout combat, and you hear about this in their gameplay. When you're actually utilizing these characters together, they tell each other they're going to team up, that, like, you know, follow up with attacks here. It's very cool, and it's just setting up the fact that, yeah, these guys were friends before. So the funny part about it, what's different is that, yeah, they moved the Materia Keeper boss, and I think it's called something different. It's called like the Materia Guardian. Normally this boss fight was not present in the original game, but now is kind of setting up as the tutorial guard scorpion of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So it's getting you used to the fact that, hey, if you want to approach characters, you have to use like Sephiroth's warp ability. He gets to warp around. And you also learn some pretty fascinating things about combat, more on the lines of you don't need dodge anymore. There's no more dodge materia. Characters can freely dodge with the circle button in combat now, which is quite nice. So it's great, man. It's a great introductory sequence. I'm just looking forward to getting the entirety of it because this is just one small piece of the COM flashback, and it's genuinely good. It fixes a lot of the issues that some dungeony parts of Final Fantasy VII Remake already have, where they meander a bit too long and don't really introduce new things to you. And even in this small portion, which is acting as tutorial, it reminds me a lot of the original Final Fantasy VII Remake and that first mission and how wonderfully polished that is.
That sounds good. Sounds like there's a lot to look forward to. Fanboy moment. Hey, Tifa. And Cloud.
Nice work.
Expression is so weird on Cloud. Oh, the body language is so weird with Cloud.
That everybody that's watching this video is excited to hear about the COM flashback and story stuff, which there isn't a ton that's in here that really can be deciphered from the demo. But the really important one is Demo 2.
Ari. What? Hold on, let me pause the video. Off topic, did you roll? Yes, I did clean. I did roll for Fuxian, although she wrecked my wallet pretty bad. Because I was 50. Elijah, Eldridge, thank you for the follow. Hi, how are you doing? Can you draw Iris from Pokemon being haircutted by an evil Baba? Sorry, I don't actually play Pokemon, so I don't know who that is. Also, I'm currently not exactly taking quests. I'm kind of drawing for my own things at the moment. Thanks for the suggestion. Maybe in the future, when I do take some requests. Yeah. Just not for today. Today is FF7 day. Yeah.
Essentially puts us right in front of Junon Harbor and a little bit of an explorative area. And I say a little bit because comparatively, it's actually pretty small. But weirdly enough, for what they set up and what they give you in this zone, it is very mitigated. Like, it is small, there's borders, there's demo borders all over the place that say you can't go here. But even with that, you could spend 40 to 45 minutes in this area kind of doing everything. And the funny part about it is that I got an opportunity to go through this demo several times. And every single time I found something new, I discovered something different I could do, and I was sort of surprised that this was possible. I can't tell you how excited that makes me. So let's talk about it just a little bit. It's an area right outside of Junon and going to the town that is under Junon Harbor, where you eventually are going to fight the boss fight, you know, save Priscilla. All that stuff is still there, which is great.
Yeah.
But what's more important was what happens outside of that zone. And yes, you have access to all your characters. You immediately get access to a chocobo. You immediately get hints that from characters right off the bat that things like Fort Condor exist and they are out there.
There's a story about a great condor sent to roost on an island's abandoned reactor, though there's no longer any way to reach the island, or at least none that I'm aware of.
They just find their plane with shivers.
Damn.
But they are inaccessible and they're different, and they've been moved from what was the game before, because you go to Fort Condor in the original Final Fantasy VII before Junon Harbor, or you could. So already there's some pretty fascinating things, and yeah, as you get down, you're immediately distracted by things in the environment. Like you immediately see, oh, I can.
I want Iris from Pokemon in the Evil Bubble Rush. It's okay. I'll note it down for that request. Yeah, not tonight though. Yeah. Oh my god, the baby Chocobo.
There's another Chocobo farm My God, like, and then you get to synergy abilities and your characters, and then you start looking at the menus,
more than
and it
one
becomes
Chocobo?
daunting. There is so much stuff that is
Wardings.
a completely different game that was Final Fantasy VII
Oh, no.
Remake. You get
Gonna
a
spend
little
hours
bit
on
of
this.
this taste of what Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is, and even this small, truncated zone of what the game is even going to offer gives me enough that I was still exploring things and, you know, digging stuff up with chocobos and doing all of this wild stuff that I was genuinely surprised by. There's a ton of ways to engage with this
Use
environment,
cushion
and I
to
want
rest.
to go over it because it deserves its own
Push.
video. There are so many individual unique details that you can do in Rebirth that it's worth going over every one and describing how it works. But just going over the mechanical stuff, it's great to have characters like fighting with each other, right? It's great to see team up attacks of these characters working together. The way you utilize them is also super smart. You use your ATB charges and it contributes to them, building them up, where each character can now execute big team-based flashy moves. They gave you flashy moves to work with other characters that costs no ATB as well. So there's no longer moments where you're just sitting in fights waiting to block things or attack things if you can't. You actually get to have actions at all times.
Oh, all party members will ride Chocobo. Yes.
Great, dude. And not
It's
to
so
mention,
good seeing
going
like the
around
whole party
environment and
following you.
discovering things is so much fun. Like, I was inherently a little worried. There was some skepticism on my part where I felt that there just might be larger zones similar to Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 1, and that we're going to get something kind of like that, where the exploration might be relegated to just finding a box here or there, and that just might be it. But it's not that, dude. Like, there's a lot of stuff that you can do with this world and this environment, and the wonderful thing about it is that by the time we go to the town to save Priscilla and, you know, fight the boss fight that happens there, and it plays out almost identical to the original boss. Like, there's a dolphin, it helps you out, and your team members get trapped in little water bubbles that you have to crack and break, just like the original game. It's great, dude. And I don't want to go on much further because there are so many minor changes, like I said, in the combat, in the way the game functions, in materia, in all of this stuff that is
I'm catching up on all the Rebirth stuff.
that almost deserves something outside of this general impressions video.
Oh my
All I
god.
can say is that from a Final Fantasy VII fan, I have to go out of my way to find issues with the demo.
Oh, is that good, huh? Oh, with red hair. That's a first. It's the dolphin!
And I was told by
that's
the
so cute.
developers that this build of the game has been around for quite a long time. So even if this represents, you know, a staple, a pinnacle of their development that has been around for a long time, it's ridiculously impressive. I have to compare this to the only other big effort that Square Enix has with open world games, and that's Final Fantasy 15. And it is such a drastic difference of what you could do in the world of a game like Final Fantasy 15 compared to Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. And there's a variety of reasons for that. 15 was a different game throughout many points in its development, eventually, you know, hovering around an open world game in the end. But as much as that game touted were the big open world Final Fantasy, this one seems to be the one that's actually executing on all those ideas. I always say this problem that 15 has, even though I really enjoy that game, there's a couple of towns and a metric shit ton of gas stations, and that's about all you get. And even in this like little bit, this little small portion of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I already did enough exploring in this small, heavily mitigated demo zone that is comparable to the amount of like offbeat story path exploring. And that's all we're really doing. Like, you could just run straight to Junon Harbor and go right into the boss fight within like a few seconds. You can take 30 seconds to run there if you want. But if you simply just go left and start looking at all the points on the map, all the different like points of interest that the game gives you, it tells you all this stuff. Hey, there's a lot of world here. If you want to go check it out, it is completely missable. And I love that because it was the stuff that was even, I think, more fun in some situations than just going straight through the story stuff. And I have to think the influence of the way some other games work, like even Breath of the Wild to Elden Ring to like the Xenoblade series and the way other big RPGs work.
Oh,
has,
the
like, an
Doodling
impact
too.
here. I don't know if the rest of the game is going to be like this, but if this little chunk of outside Junon Harbor is what we have to work on, then dude, I can't even imagine how big this game is going to be. I can't even imagine if they can replicate this across the entire world of Final Fantasy VII. And even to look at the map to see that, like, oh, we're looking at just this, and we're only on this continent in this map, looking at just a portion of this continent of this map.
Oh my god.
Part that I spent 45 minutes in each playthrough.
Holy shit.
Like 1/20th of it.
Holy.
I can't wait.
Oh my
It's
god.
almost hard to put into words that
I'm sorry, I'll reach it a bit.
Final Fantasy VII Remake was the game that set
Oh
them
my
up.
god,
It's
the
the
baby
game
Chocobo
that
is a pumpkin boy.
that they can do this. We have an idea, we have a vision, we're taking the story in a crazy direction potentially. But the way the game functions and works, and the way combat
brings
is, and
you
the
to
way
a
dialogue is, and
station.
the way the entirety of the game theory of
Why do
what
we have a
Final Fantasy
pumpkin
VII
boy?
Remake could be was executed in part 1. But it was done for a reason, so all those systems could essentially fly. They could fly in the next game, which is the one I think needs to hit the most. This is going to be the game that is going to get people to really change their minds. And I feel that this demo has such a profound impact that the only other demos that have really left me with just like awe and wonder in terms of like what I can do and what we're going to be able to do with these systems probably goes back all the way to Resident Evil 4. And I have to think of the first time we played the Resident Evil 4 GameCube demo. And it was like, dude, yeah, I got that feeling. I got that feeling again that like, I just want to go through it again and see what I can do differently and again and again and again. So, ultimately, my impressions are pretty positive. If you can't tell, I'm trying my best not to gush and freak out, and I'll be able to do so on the live stream when we eventually go over all this footage and stuff and have a chance to just freely chat about it. But I'm fairly confident in what Rebirth is going to be as a game in total. I think this game is going to be massive, and it seems
It
that they're
already
not
looks massive.
afraid to talk
Oh
about
my
that.
god.
It also is something that I have to mention here. I had to go out of my way to find things I didn't like about it. And it's technically technical issues that will get fixed. The game does run in a performance mode that is 60 FPS, but was not optimized, so we could not record footage of it. It didn't look like it was running in like a super high crisp fidelity either, so it definitely still is in the works. So most of the capture we have is from the graphics mode, which is something close to 4K and 30 FPS. But I can say I did play through both modes, even though I don't have footage of both of them. The 4K 30 ran 30 almost the entire time, it felt like. The 1080 60 or whatever it ends up being in the final version did end up feeling pretty much like 60 FPS the entirety of the time.
Ooh.
And again, they're working on that stuff. We'll probably have a better idea of how it functions because the game is still a bit away. I leave with a pretty damn amazing impression, and you really realize that this is a big deal for Square, and this is the game that possibly Final Fantasy 15 always wanted to be, and then eventually became. This is the one that probably is going to hit the home run of the entire Final Fantasy VII Remake franchise that exists now. And I can't wait for you guys to play it. I can't wait for it to eventually be played.
I wanna play it on day one.
Gushing about all this stuff, it does so much for me. I have something to describe in just a brief moment before I make 2 more videos talking about combat and exploration. There was this moment where I was sitting with Simmons and we were looking at like a viewpoint, and it was the ocean and there was an island out there and there was a busted ship on the island, and we're like, dude, there's like a pirate ship out there. What the heck is going on? Like an ancient ship that was just like discarded because Shinra made their big stuff on the mountain. We had this moment where it'd be like, dang, it'd be so great if we could just swim out there. And then we scaled the rocks, we went down to the edge of the water, and then we watched every single party member jump into the water.
My god.
And we started swimming to this island.
Holy shit.
And then
No
there
way.
were items
We're
on there,
swimming
and
too.
we were rewarded for our efforts and the idea to go out there.
My god,
And
I
think
can't
in
wait
that
to get
moment,
Knights
me
of
and
the
Simmons looked at
Round
each other
material
and we're like, dude,
in that one
this game is gonna
cave.
be something
Oh
special.
my god, Chocobo swimming. Back to chat. Sorry, I was pretty engrossed. And they also bring back the dolphin minigame. That I don't know, but one of the was it Famitsu or Denkeki interview they had that they were talking about they were saying how there was going to be mini games. It's not just in Gold Saucer. They said they were going to have some like world-based mini games as well. So that seems to sound like it's a hinting at a possible dolphin mini game. Probably not gonna have a Priscilla CPR mini game unless they, I don't know how they're gonna go around doing that. But I'm kind of happy that they kept the whole part. It's kind of cute. I haven't watched anything except just now those programs 8 PM onwards. I haven't even watched those. I heard the Square Enix is going on. Their program is tomorrow 8 PM. So that's a like a good timing. Yeah. I want the real Genshin. This kind of open world is technically the real Genshin, I guess. Yeah. Oh man, but oh my god, I can't speak suddenly. What's that thing? The open worldness of this game. Oh my god, it's pretty insane. And then I saw one interview thing as well. They were talking about where the world map actually you can explore anywhere, but at the same time it's also like the world map slowly reveals to you by itself, kind of similar to like they said it's similar to the old like original game where like once you unlock like the tiny bronco, then you can access to like certain areas, then you get the chocobos, you can access more kind of areas. So they say that the map would kind of slowly unlock in that sense, right? They don't hard lock you or anything like that, or like they don't make it so that you can traverse anywhere and everywhere. Yeah, so that sounds fun. Oh my god, the gameplay looks so fun already. Do I? PS5. But I can't afford that. I can't afford that. It's too expensive. I already need to spend my money on the Koji that's coming up thanks to this stupid. Okay, not stupid. Stupid in a good way. Okay, stupid in a way that I love it already. So much money gonna fly. But yeah, I went to look up like if you can buy like the whole Koji set. Like just straight up buy the freaking Koji. So you don't even need lottery tickets or whatever, just buy the whole damn thing. It costed I tried to roughly calculate the price if you were to buy like tickets for each like price based off like the more expensive ticket pricings, which is like I think $16 nowadays for Koji. Cost like about $400 over for like the new rebirth set of Koji stuff. So expensive. But then I managed to find like I think it was Otaku House, and there was like this other website that actually helps you to buy, and they do sell the whole Koji sets. It was like 1,200 for like the low end Kojis, man. 1,200. I've seen some that went up to 1,500. I was like, what the fuck? Why is it so expensive? It's only gonna cost up to like 500 at most. You want a whole Koji set? I do. I kind of pretty much want all the prizes. Yeah. Yeah, not just that. Yeah, it's because of the multiple low prizes. Yeah, all the duplicates. So I was like, immediately message Cairo, please help. I need your RNG when the Koji comes. So yeah, that was my day when I saw the stupid Koji. Pardon me. Oh Jesus Christ, I just saw something fly across my desk. What the? Good luck. I wish I have luck. Especially with A prices, I'm like, I usually have luck with like all the other things. Yeah, just never the A prices, man. A and B prices are like always out of my reach. But this time around, I don't think I could get Tifa. Tifa is the last prize, by the way. That one's gonna be hard. Unless I kind of like beg the TOG Coco over there. Please give me last ticket, please. Tell me how many tickets you have left. Give me. I mean, last time when I bought the Kingdom Hearts Koji, that time they were nice enough to let me choose like the low price, because usually the low prices they would like kind of force you to also gacha the item there. Yeah, I hope the Coco this time round would be kind enough to let me choose the low prices and not let me gacha so that I can get everything. The time SAO Koji, I got a Asuna figure. I just sell it cheap. Eh. So it was a figure that you didn't want? I'm kind of picky when it comes to figures. Is it because of the character or the make of the figure? I see. Understandable since it's still Koji. Yeah. Technically, Koji is still cheap figures. If you think about it, like at most they are like the $30 kind of figure qualities. I'll play the next video in a bit. I kind of want to finish this a little bit more. Sorry, Max. Hold on. I will watch your video soon. Yeah, but surprisingly, I was not expecting the FF7 Koji figures to be so nice looking, man. This time round, they really went all out. The first set of the Koji figures were like kinda eh. In fact, you know what? I saw the figure for the Koji. I thought it was like a legit like a scale figure, you know. I didn't think it was a Koji price. And then I look at the actual static arts figure, which was supposed to pair with the 19-inch Sephiroth. Apparently, it's the thing. 19-inch Sephiroth. People are just constantly talking about 19-inch Sephiroth. Anyways, basically those were like the actual static arts line of figures, and I'm like, huh? Are they? I guess if you put the two together, it makes sense, right? The cloud pose and stuff, but it's kind of, if you're only gonna buy one, it's kind of, I'm sorry, it's kind of boring. That pose is so boring. I am so glad I'm actually going to be getting a new bookshelf in like next month. Otherwise, I have completely no space. Actually, I think even with the new bookshelf, I still have no space. Considering the Kuji is a lot. My mom is gonna kill me. And to add fire to the fuel to the fire, I saw that the Cloudbuster Sword clock is being reissued. I didn't get it the first time. It is taunting me for buying too many things to display lah. You say what else? Already got quite a lot of things to shift the display to the third one, and then now I'm just getting even more. Although I don't think she will mind, but internally she might be, you know. Just be like thinking like, how did I raise this daughter of mine? What went wrong? Where did it go wrong? When did it go wrong? Energy poisoning? Maybe. After the first time I played the game, and I'm just... How am just coming? Oh my god. 那个等一下我被送去那个什么IMH 哈。Yeah, once I just roughly sketch this out, I will move on to the actual drawing that I wanted to do, which is actually for merch that I wanna do. But then I gotta make like a test to see how the idea comes out and see if it works before I actually make it something that I might put out. Yeah. Random thing was I randomly decided to take a FF7 t-shirt to wear to work today. It was unscripted. Somehow very lucky, I guess. I first wanted to wear the Uniqlo one. The Uniqlo FF7 t-shirts. Then I was like, I'm gonna go walk to work. I'm gonna die in like the sweat and shit. So especially the new Uniqlo t-shirts, I don't know why they are so much more like thicker. Yeah, then I just took a different shirt instead. But it all works in the end. It's all the same. Somehow I ended up wearing an FF7 shirt. Being an FF7 fan for a FF7 announcement, which I can't hype about because I'm at work. I in the next video the gameplay for the combats.
What's up, dudes? Max here. We're back with our second video of impressions of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. For any of you guys that might have missed the previous video, which was a general overview on the 2 demos that were available from the Tokyo Game Show build, I got to give some impressions on a whole bunch of stuff, but to be real, there's a couple more that I think we really need to go into detail of, which is how much of stuff is changing in the combat and how much stuff is changing in the world and exploration of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. But right now is the combat, so let's get into it. Before we get started, big thanks to Square Enix. They gave us access to the TGS build a little while ago, so we could finally get our hands on it, and I got a chance to play through it several times. So a huge thanks to them for letting us capture footage, which you have to understand is also kind of uncommon in these moments of preview, that they were confident enough to show us, like, here's just what you can do with our game, have fun, and show your audience. That means a lot to me personally, so let's get right into it. The combat of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is going to feel ultimately familiar to a lot of people that played Final Fantasy VII Remake, and this is a good thing. Final Fantasy VII Remake combat was amazing almost throughout the entirety of the game. Although it had a few caveats, I'd say some of my biggest personal gripes, and that of many, was some of the aerial enemies in the game. Fighting aerial combat was just a bit rough in many of those situations with characters that didn't have ranged attacks. And there's a lot of consideration put into this game for that, which is a very good thing. Early on, talking about the first portion of the demo where you're fighting with Sephiroth, you start to immediately see the differences in gameplay from the first Final Fantasy VII Remake. Notably with Cloud, if you hold down the square attack, you do the normal, like, circular sort of like AoE attack. However, the Punisher mode has been sort of revamped. There's a much different follow-up attack that Punisher mode has when Cloud assumes the stance and he can counter attacks and stuff like that. Now he, like, zips left and right, and it just keeps going if you press the button. I think it's kind of crazy. Outside of that, there is some pretty unique stuff that happens on your assigned attacks now. And this is going into synergy abilities. Now, what they did was something that I think is pretty smart. The ATB gauge in Final Fantasy VII is kind of required for you to do anything cool. Outside of that, you're essentially guarding or just whacking monsters, and if things are out of the way or not attacking you, that character ends up being kind of useless. So what they did is, on the R1 button, there's these synergy, like, abilities. And they're different than the big, expensive synergy attacks. The synergy abilities work together with the other party members in that party. It seems like there's going to be more of these in the game, but the ones in the demo were kind of uniform amongst every single character you could play as. So Cloud and Sephiroth had a couple per, where if you play as Sephiroth, Cloud helps you out to do unique attacks, and if you play as Cloud, Sephiroth helps you out to do unique attacks, and they're a little different. Like, they actually assist the character in different ways, which is awesome. And you'll
like, how many permutations of animation and skills, man?
How the team members have different synergistic abilities with everybody else. These cost 0 ATB, meaning you can do them at any time. They are sort of range dependent. Granted, Tifa and Cloud have this, like, big wind-up charge attack that smacks the ground super hard, but is really shallow. However, if you're playing with Tifa and you utilize Cloud, pressing their synergy attack has Tifa jumping on Cloud's sword as Cloud hurls Tifa into the air towards potentially aerial enemies or even grounded enemies. So it allows a character that is normally, like, bound to the ground to get in there and get a bit of damage.
That's some insane aerial combos.
Which is great. Already we have solutions to problems of the original Final Fantasy VII Remake. And this isn't just offensive stuff, there is defensive abilities that Barret and Red 13 have, because they're naturally more defensive. We'll talk about their gameplay a little bit later. But outside of that, the synergy abilities are great, and these things just allow you more ways to utilize your characters and build ATB bars for your big giant synergy attacks, which we'll talk about in a second. The other character I want to talk about that's playable, albeit briefly, is Sephiroth. You don't get to do a ton with him in this demo, except a pretty big boss fight where you try to, like, utilize a lot of his attacks and wait for his limit breaks and stuff like that. He just straight has a warp ability, right? And to explain that, every character has essentially a dodge function on circle. As I explained in the previous video, dodge is gone, or proper dodge materia is gone. Every character has that same dodge animation they had from Final Fantasy VII Remake, and now it's just mapped to the circle button, and it's kind of good. Allows your characters to sort of get out of the way relatively quick, and now we have proper functional dodges on every character in the game. Sephiroth, like I said, was a crazy warp that just zipped him from one spot of the screen immediately to the next, so he could zoop in crazy fast to show how OP he is. And that's very fun, right? Again, Sephiroth has some pretty unique stuff on his like stances, where if he assumes a stance, he has this like parry swipe of some kind where he'll deflect enemy attacks. It was kind of hard to time this because the early enemies in the game don't attack too much. It was neat to see Sephiroth just essentially like know what my opponent is going to do and just smack their limbs out in every single way. I feel like there's going to be some crazy speed runs with Sephiroth showing that, wow, he just looks like an absolute god in comparison to these poor enemies, because yeah, that's kind of the point at this part of the game. Sephiroth's very fun, and there's a lot of familiar attacks that you might see him doing in games like Dissidia and stuff like that. So yes, a very well realized portion of this character is in here. Talking about other things that can happen, synergy abilities with characters, we talked about synergy stuff and how cool these synergy attacks are per character. Even the devs said there's going to be ways to evolve these synergy attacks in some ways with skill trees in some fashion. This was said in interview from the director, so we don't see that directly in here. But like I said earlier, building these synergy attacks is super smart, because how do you build the pips that are down there near the character HP bars? How do you build up these little stocks that build up towards your synergy abilities? Each synergy attacks costs like 2 pips per character that you want to synergize with, and all you have to do is just use your ATB gauge on attacks. I don't think it was every single ATB usage. Like, I don't think you can use an item and have that contribute towards it. It was mostly if you're using it towards like hitting the enemy or manipulating battle in some way. But again, I don't have a full and descriptive way to describe like what contributes to the pip gauge. All it really seems like, if you do big ATB attacks with characters, yeah, that contributes pips to the gauge. So the cool part is that, yeah, there's about 2 pips per character, right? And then you get to synergize with that character and output. However, synergy abilities also have crazy gimmicks, where if you do this synergy attack, it activates this thing that is like, oh, now if you did it with this character, she gets infinite MP for a limited period of time.
What?
The other one, I think, was an increase of like limit break levels and extending the duration of enemy stagger gauge. So the cool part is that, yeah, synergy abilities like synergy attacks, these things give you bonuses, and I don't know if that can be modified or anything, but there is reasons to do them that will significantly adjust how a fight works.
That sounds great, but very confusing without actually playing the game right now.
Now, outside of all of the live combat stuff, there's a ton of stuff that's happening in the menus with like leveling up in materia and all this crazy stuff. But the last thing I really want to mention is just another thing
like this
that
UI
I love
with
about
the equipment is
Final
a
Fantasy
bit
VII
hard to
remakes and
see.
Rebirth's combat. And it's the fact that they are trying to make this as close to an action game while still having an RPG experience. And how do I know this? Well, they added a just frame timing parry. Every single character in the game now, if you press the guard ability, which is on R1, right at the same time when an enemy attacks you, in Rebirth, you get this huge attack splash. It slows down time and it causes like a pretty big chunk of stagger gauge against the opponent. Almost every time I seemingly landed a parry, it felt like the enemies I was fighting like just staggered immediately. It was like, whoa, holy crap. And the crazy part is that I tried testing it. I'm like, wait, does this just work with like the regular
big
characters?
PP damage.
Of the entirety of this, but I tried it with nearly everybody in the party, and yeah, Red 13 can do it, Barrett could do it, Aerith can do it. It's funny to see this big elephant like running at Aerith, and she's like, boom, get this bitch off me. It's very cool, man. So that the nice part is that they added in some pretty tight window timing for character attacks now, and they made it so that if you're defensive, they gave you a lot of really cool defensive things you can do. But even
Parry is in remake. It was, but I think was it only on Cloud? Or was it because there was like a materia too? It's kind of like dodge with the stupid materia, was it? Check. Remake parry. Yeah, it's a materia thing. So now everybody doesn't need a materia, much like the dodge. So in Rebirth, anybody and everybody can parry at any single time. And deal beep damage. Yeah. Yeah, otherwise without material, it's called mainly in punishment, was it?
About defensive stuff, yeah, Red 13 has like a vengeance mode. His vengeance mode is specifically defensive. He gets buffs from defending attacks, and I was not ready for Red 13 to be a defensive character, but it seems like I still don't fully understand how to use vengeance mode. Like, it's a thing where I was trying to figure out every single character and what they do, and Red's obviously new, so I was messing around with him, and it feels like he might be a little bit more nuanced. So if you want to fully utilize him in the party, there's some stuff to really figure out with vengeance mode a bit later on if we get a bit more time. So, talking a bit more about like how combat works, how does the systems complement combat in the game? Well, we don't see the same like universe level up system that was in Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 1 for each one of the weapons. However, there is some pretty interesting stuff on the menus when you go to the items of the characters. These systems aren't all in place yet as of right now, obviously, in this demo of the game. But there seems to be some sort of like weapon mastery going on in Rebirth. The thing I can compare this to is maybe what's happening in Crisis Core, where you get a mastery of the Buster Sword and unlock certain things. I did see stuff
the proficiency
like that, where
bonus,
there was like a check mark next to each of the characters' weapons and like a level up bar in the menu. So there's something going on with you utilizing certain weapons that characters have, and those will properly level up and give you buffs in some way. There was also passive abilities that characters have that had nothing in the demo currently, but characters will have passives. And yeah, the other characters that are not fighting with you in your current party, your active 3-member party, are doing stuff on the outside and fighting, but you just can't directly control them. So I don't know if that's going to contribute to this passive stuff or allow you to modify them in some way outside of combat. Speaking of that combat, yeah, combat itself is 3 characters. You can compose your own party, but for the sake of the demo, they give you 3 characters and like 3 different team compositions that are present just for the sake of getting people into the demo and playing and leaving. It did give us a note in here that yes, you will be able to customize your team freely when the final game does release. There's some other pretty interesting stuff in there too. Cloud was equipped with a morph materia in the open world section, meaning that you're going to have some interaction with enemies a bit different than just stealing, although I did not see the steal materia, actively at the moment for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. There's significantly more base magic materia. We see Red 13 is actually equipped with Comet, and he has other ones like Bravery and Faith that are stat modifiers. And they've changed the way some green materia works, where you actually get one materia that has fire and ice on it. I think other ones I've seen in other parts of the demo might have had 2 other spells combined at the same time. So it looks like they're trying to give us more ways to put materia in there without taking up too much space. The Gil Toss materia is back. It's called Spare Change, and there's a Limit Siphon materia, which allows you to essentially give your limit break to another character in the party, or like take their limit and give it to yours. Pretty interesting like combat synergy stuff going on here. And last but not least, the purple materia is getting a little interesting and action gamey, where you can have characters that are not currently like utilized by yourself, that you're not actively using, to use auto abilities, where they'll use their auto unique ability, those ones where you kind of like synergize with other team members, and another one that allows them to use their weapon ability automatically, so you don't have to specifically always switch over to them and pilot them in combat to use that stuff. Again, there's just more things in battle that will automate the situation that are great. Like that's good, because sometimes you don't feel like you need to switch out constantly, or you can just, not use these and do it manually yourself. So that's about it. And I'm trying to think if I missed anything. There is so many different things you can do. I didn't even really talk about limit breaks. Yeah, limit breaks are functioning in the same way. Characters have effectively very similar limit breaks as they did in Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 1. But I'm sure that's going to change later on. We only get to store so many, like 1 per character right now. But yeah, there's just, a lot more things. Like, let's just take the systems that we had before and make them much less restrictive, is what I feel with the combat of Rebirth. And I think the only gripes I have sometimes is you have to still utilize certain characters for certain situations. Cloud did have some new abilities, like a giant fire sword thing that did cost ATB, but launched his ass like way in the air, and you can actually hit the opponents with it. if they were flying. So I'm like, oh, that's really good for that. And I think it's just going to get down to utilizing all these things against certain enemy types and feeling out what is good. When is Red 13 going to be good against these characters that sort of like push you away or are crazy defensive? When am I going to be able to actually utilize Aerith? Oh, I forgot to mention it. When Aerith is in your party, she has specifically, her team attack is a bodyguard thing. So everyone remembers the cover materia from FF7? No, they turned that into like a team ability that she can do that costs literally nothing. And if you press it as she's about to be attacked, Cloud will jump in front of her and start auto-deflecting and guarding against all these attacks, preventing you from like missing your casts with Aerith.
Oh,
it's great.
thank you for the follow from
There's
this.
so many cool abilities that are in here that allow the party to really feel like they're organically working together. I absolutely felt it, and I feel like I wasn't even utilizing all of this stuff. Again, I think I do have a gripe with this. At the first playthrough of the Demo 1 and Demo 2, it was kind of hard. It was kind of like, dang, this is sort of difficult, you know?
Oh, what's your
if we're trying to get
day?
our butts kicked, we have to heal ourselves.
I'm
By
kind
the
of
way, there is
playing
no auto
and
healing.
watching
Just like the original
some
Final Fantasy
reviews
VII,
for
if you're in between
Rebirth
fights,
at the
you gotta
moment.
heal yourself, so don't expect it to play like an MMO in these big open world environments. Doesn't really work that way. So my first time through, characters were dying a bit, and I was having to heal them a whole bunch just because I didn't realize that you can press these R1 abilities and the L1 abilities and like all this stuff at the same time. So on the subsequent playthroughs, as I fly through it, stuff was getting messed up. Properly utilizing the stagger gauge like Part 1 or Final Fantasy VII Remake, and utilizing the new abilities to get characters from the ground into the air to attack them, and, you know, actually utilizing the mechanics of the game. And then regular enemies and notorious monsters and bosses started dying hella quick, bro.
Bruh.
And I think that's just a thing with a game that gives you so many abilities. I do hope that there is significant challenge later on with Rebirth, and it does properly scale. But this is kind of a similar thing to the original FF7 remake, where your first playthrough is kind of tough, but once you really know how to utilize all these systems, man, there's so much stuff to utilize that you begin to beat ass as soon as you go through it like a couple more times. I'm not too worried about that because ultimately 7 Remake did some really smart stuff with difficulty later on, completely changing how you play the game. So this is a small portion with a very limited amount of time. Most people will be playing this. They probably scale it down very much and make it relatively easy so that everyone can beat it. But that's really my only complaint. Outside of that, like I said, there's some technical things. The camera winks out.
Hatsura. Hey, thank you for the raid. How you doing? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I currently have Streamlabs being a bit too defensive. I'm sorry. Welcome. At least it's just a 10-second jail. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I'll change some stuff with that. Yeah. Thank you for the raid. How was the stream? What's up? Aw, thank you. Do this myself. How was your stream? What were you playing actually? Hey. I should probably do a shout out for you. Just to see. Wait. Oh, thanks. Thanks, guys. Let's drop you as well. Take a look at content. Yeah. You're welcome. Ooh, Valorant. Fun. Although I don't really play first-person shooter games, I'm not good at aiming. So I kind of don't play those games, but I've seen people play those games and those looks fun. Yeah. Oi, hi, Noor. Yeah, Yaretsi. Please let me know if I mispronounce your name a bit. But thank you for the follow. Wait, hold on. Sorry, I haven't really started streaming much, so I kind of forgot what I was supposed to do. Quick introduction, I guess. I just started streaming. Hi, my name is Stu. I am drawing right now while watching some coverage over my favorite game of Final Fantasy VII, which is coming out with a new sequel for the remake called Rebirth. because TGS was today. So yeah, watching some videos of it. Hello, Nor. Yeah, so I'm kind of drawing something and watching videos at the same time. Yep, I did make my VTube model myself. I rigged and drew the character. Yeah. I have not used Photoshop's pen tool in so long. I don't know how to use this thing. Oh no. Does this work? No, it doesn't work that way. I'm confused. Wait, no. Hold on. How does... oh my god. Okay, how does one use your pen tool? You're not my friend. Oh, that's alright. Video for 2? Wait, let me take a look. Wow. Hey, cute. Wait, hold on. Should I call you... Like, what kind of pronouns should I use? Got very cute blonde hair. Hey, cute. Very cutie. Got a side braid too. Ooh, nice. Nice choice. Nice fashion choice. No, shh. No. I expose you. There. Exposed. Okay. Oh, thank you. Wait, so what kind of time zone are you at? Should I be saying like, good morning, good afternoon, evening? My eyes are like, just stare blank into your soul. Oh, evening. It's nighttime here actually. Oh, actually quite close in hours, I guess. Hope you guys had a good evening. Okay, I am just... I think I'm not gonna bother with the cut lines for this yet. I should probably just move on ahead with drawing the actual thing I want to draw. And unsurprisingly, I'm gonna be drawing a very certain character. Oh my god, guys, please stop saying cute. I'm gonna die of embarrassment. No, I'm too shy too. No. You. Let me Uno reverse you. Uno reverse. You cute. Oh. You're so smooth, thank you. Although I kind of did some hacks with it. Like I didn't actually rig everything that I should have rigged. Like I didn't really separate everything properly. So someday I will improve this model. Because I just kind of wanted to get this done so that I can use it quickly. So yeah. No, Uno reverse. This is gonna be a never-ending round of Uno reverse at this rate. No. Aw, thanks. Thank you very much. Bye. Okay, oh, I need to breathe. Wait, I need water. Hold on, give me a second. Oh. And you guys made my jaw hurt from laughing so much. Jeez. How do I get... How big should I be doing this? Here. Yeah, I kind of made this chibi with that emote in mind. Because I tend to draw my chibi like... position, nothing but here. Okay, thank you for your compliments. If you guys like, I am considering commissions for this style of chibi in the future. I don't know. Yeah. But that's for the future. I like Sephiroth. Oh, nice. Wait, so you play FF7 too? You just maybe have the motivation to draw. Yeah, let's go! But do take care of yourself if it's too late. Pace yourself, right? Don't draw until into the middle of the night if you have work tomorrow or school tomorrow in the early morning or something, yeah? Whoa. My favorite is Cloud. Kinda typical, I guess, in a sense, but Tatsura, are you planning to play the new game? Nah, I don't play Valo. I can't do first person shooters. I am shit at first person shooters. I'm sorry, my TV might look like I'm falling asleep or like just staring off into space because I'm just tired of shrimping up at some positions in some way or another. But, yeah. Sounds like someone likes to play Valo a lot. I wanna play, we can play together sometime. Sure, maybe but not anytime soon though. I am kinda a bit too jammed packed my schedule lately, so it'll be a bit hard to schedule anything at the moment. Maybe in the future, yeah. Right now I have a few things I kinda need to rush to do finish. Hi, welcome. Bro, I didn't draw anything, Tatsuro. Why are you saying that? But thank you. Yeah, the lines that I draw and just undo and erase and draw again, the same one line. Typical digital artist problems. I guess neck's a bit too long. Like random collarbones. The collarbones will be covered shortly enough. Hey. Yeah, I have 0 commands entered in at the problem, so I'll over time, yeah. I have a few things I need to add in. Oh, okay, good night, Tatsura. Thank you for the read again. thank you for the follow. See you again sometime soon, yeah. Good night. Good night, mother. Eh? That's where's your mother, Noor? Oh, it's midnight, so you're gonna go sleep. Oh, it's midnight here too. Are we actually from the same time zone? Oops. Sleep soon. Yeah. Right, see you around, Tatsura. Have a good rest. Okay, oh, hold on, I kind of missed Chikage stuff. Hold on. Sorry, Chikage. Give me a second. Today I built Tsubobu. Oh, nice. Instead of build, she actually gives so much debuff. Yeah, Silverwolf is like insane debuff, man. My goodness. Although, you could technically make her DPS, but you do need her E6 or E4? I think E4? Yeah. Is your mother figure now? I see, I see. We've got a lot of mother figures here. There's one very well, I mean, famous, but within our circle. She's not here tonight though. So she's a mom too. I wonder if I should shout her out. I'm gonna get exposed. Oops. Oh my god, the emote of Tatsu was so cute. I've been thinking in a way to spam her out as much as possible. That's a smart choice actually. Otherwise, she really does do damage, and you really just use her for her what shoot a skill. Oh my gosh, my brain can't think suddenly. Yeah. Hey, Chika, did you get Fuxuan? Oh, effect hit rate. Very good choice. Congrats! How many rolls did you get before you got her? My Fusion had to throw me with Yanqing. I lost by 50-50 and then it was pain. Everyone, nice. Hopefully you got to save some more for the next few banners. Just put this down. The 8 PvP carried over from previous banner. That's good calculation. Just get to save some. Did you get links too? I heard some people are having trouble getting links for some reason. Yeah, I did eventually get her, but I had to swipe quite a bit, and then I swiped for her Litecoin too. I don't know if that was a good idea, but you know what, she's probably worth it, right? She's got some pretty insane buffs and all. How much did I spend? Oh gosh, 200 something. But that's for like her Litecoin included. So roughly 200 something for her, and then her Litecoin as well. And I never rolled on a Litecoin banner before, other than like I think 1 or 2 times. So that did not help. But I am glad I won the gacha for the Litecoin, otherwise I will cry. Yeah, I mean, his icon was pretty insane. Like, the kind of boost it gives us. It's a bit insane. So I was like, yeah, I guess you could say I was tempted into it. I have no idea whether to regret it or not, but too late for regrets now, am I right, huh? If only FF7 news came out earlier, maybe I would have been like, oh, okay, FF7 more important, fuck a light code, I don't need it. But yeah. I suddenly have no idea how to draw. Oh my god. What is going on? Okay, I want the hand to be there. I guess this works. Something ain't right, hold on. Put the character back out. And this is why you should draw guidelines and properly plan. Or otherwise the anatomy is gonna go to shit. I got no money left. I feel ya, QC, I feel ya. I was just lucky that on the day that the banner dropped, it was our payment time. So that's why I was like, yeah, spend. I could spend now, I just need to make sure I eat grass for the rest of the month. Not really, but you get the point. A Silver Wolf Light Cone and Kafka Light Cone 4-star. You got Silver Wolf Light Cone? Nice. I kinda used the event Light Cone for Silver Wolf, which is actually good enough, and in terms of like effect hit rate that you want, that one gives quite a lot already. Yeah, so I decided not to be a bit too crazy for Silver Wolf. Wolf, I mean. I'm thinking we should get Light Cone from the Light Cone from the store. I think it's a worthy investment for Welt's Light Cone. You can adjust this a bit. Even like Constar and even okay, so it was that. Okay. I thought you wrote for the 5-star one. This one should be closer inwards. Yes. It makes a bit more sense, but it'll be kind of small. 8 seconds. At least I can offset the shortage to some extent. Yeah, I was thinking of that. Oh shit. Wrong layer, no! Oops. I don't think this is so great. Oh no. Where has my skills gone? Wait, the video a bit.
In combat sometimes it doesn't really like lock onto the thing when it should, which feels like, oh, that's gonna get fixed. And there's other moments where some characters will clip through the environment because you don't fight just on flat surfaces in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. You are on like cliff sides and all of this stuff, so sometimes you just notice like, oh yeah, when you do a big crazy attack, we got pushed into a wall and then it comes back out and it resets. Again, I was told by the devs this build has been around for a long time, and that feels like a polishing phase kind of stuff, and there's still
Okay, gotta go sleep. Okay, good night, Chikage. Have a good rest. Sleep well. Good night. Hello, ER. Hello. How are you? Currently, watching and catching up on some Rebirth news and reviews. Yeah. Or drawing.
a bit of time before the game comes out. So ultimately, I'm not
Good, how about
super
you,
worried about that, and it wasn't a thing that was
dying
happening all of the
at
time,
work.
but was easily, if I have to mention something that
Because I forgot
wasn't
TGS
super
for
happy
today,
about, it's probably
and
gonna
I
be,
saw the news on Twitter when I was
upset me
like,
every once in a
oh,
while.
since I'm waiting for some stuff at work, what's going on Twitter?
Figuring out how characters work together. There
Guy
are still systems in
dead.
the menus that they have not explained, and we don't know how they work. I'm just pulling perspective off of what I saw in the menus.
I can
But
feel
still,
my
there were
wallet
things they even
crying
talked about in interviews
with all the
that I
merch
think
that they
was even
decided to
there.
reveal as well.
So, this actually isn't it. This is just the combat video. There is even more stuff that I could go into a huge swath of information about the world and how you enact with the world in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and how big it's actually going to be, because this demo is super truncated. Like I said, it's a really small portion, and you get demo walls all over the place that specifically say you can't go any further because this is a demo. And there's specific areas that normally you should be able to go up and access, but you can't go because it is a demo. And devs were telling us specifically that, yeah, you're spending like 45 minutes in this really small area, and it's significantly bigger than this. So how the eventual open world acts and, you know, what it's going to be, we can hopefully get a better picture of how that's going to work in the next video when we go into all the specific world collection and interacting and climbing and all this stuff that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth's big open map is going to set up. Anyway, thank you dudes a ton for any thumbs up on the video. I'll be back with that other video talking about the world and the interaction as soon as possible. My name is Max, and I'll see you next time.
This is the files. Boom, boom, boom. Holy shit. Oh my god. So much effects. Ha. My or Daddy? Wait, they have a phone assistant called Mai? Or is it an NPC that's talking on the phone? Okay, sorry, I was concentrated on the video for a bit. Let's see, what did you say? Yeah, how about it was Mr. Review? I love the fact that they kept the way Vincent is reviewed in the original game, the way he just jumps out of the coffin. Oh man, that was so good. I haven't even played Story yet. Same, Chikage, same. Well, I mean, the fact that they only release Integrate on the PS5 is just a big oof. So I had to wait like 1 to 2 years just for it to come out on the store, and it was a pain. And now now it's time to suffer through the same exact pain with Rebirth. Sad. Vincent is actually my fave in OG. I can see that vibes. Yep. Emo, cool, silent but deadly. And then there's like the cool different like the forms. Yeah. Like, yeah, have you seen all the TGS clips and stuff that people were talking about? My gosh, it is insane. Like, ちょっと待って。Where did my Photoshop go? Okay. The world map is damn huge. It's like one tiny part of Junon. I remember being a dumb kid with the original FF7 and completely missing Vincent in the party. Well, I mean, honestly, I am the same. The only reason I even managed to find Yuffie and Vincent was the fact that I read the Brady Games guide and whatever guides that are online at that time. I was like, oh, there was a hidden character running around there the whole time. I was like, eh. Yeah, I had to quickly run back to make sure that I didn't actually miss Yuffie and all that in the original game when I was a kid, when I was playing it. Oh man. Memories. I don't know, I heard that they say that Vincent is not an optional character anymore. He will be part of the crew properly, yeah. So there is no doubt that he will join the team now. And that currently in the Rebirth, similar to Red 13 in Remake, we will have Sid. Although we haven't seen that swearing spear space engineer guy in any of the releases yet, yeah. But yeah, he will be in the game too. We will find him, we will see him. He will be part of the party, but we can't play as him. So same like Red 13 in the first game. Vincent too. Vincent's also got the same treatment with the you can't actually play him. You gotta wait until the final version. The final version? What am I talking about? Final part. Oh, you haven't seen? You should go see it. Like, oh my god, the amount of things in there. Like, I can't even. I just want the game now, or like at least give me the demo like now. That's how bad it is. Like, it looks so good, and they have this very insanely cute. I was reading up some news on stuff here and there. They have like this whole like Nibelheim part in the demo, and then there's like. With the Nibelheim flashback part, and seeing that Cloud in the Nibelheim flashback so fleshed out and acting in that very certain way, it is insanely uncanny to me and very unsettling. It is so weird. The first time I saw it, I hear his like much higher pitched voice, and I was like, huh? That is. Although I do know who that is, but still. Also, Red 13 legitimately sits on the chocobo like this. You can get over it. He looks hunchback, like so uncomfortable. And all the merch. All the merch. My gosh. The amount of merch they have announced during TGS, I can't even. This Crystarium Lego that is still so insane to me. Oh, so pretty. These two are Koji prizes and they look so awesome. Money gonna go bye-bye. I wanna sit on the couch, they don't still. You go, I went to Japan or something. This they're the funny save point. There's a little minifigure. Wait a minute, hold on. I just noticed something. Hold on, wait. How did I not notice this before? Where is Vincent? Hello? Keeping Vincent for like what? The third part? And then the third Koji? Or something. They freaking sit here. Where the hell is Vincent? This is heresy. This is blasphemous. You have nearly the whole team here. And then you just don't put Vincent in here. You just have one Shira guard, a save point, which I like the save point honestly. And a special Zack figure. What is this slender? Was this Vincent slender? Still can't get over the segue. There was a green and a red one. Was there a yellow one? Wait. And I'm just straight up scrolling past any of the discourse. Hi Kaiwo. Hi. Yeah, I am drawing something for merch. I had this like idea, so I'm trying to draw something for it. Yeah. Ooh. But of course, I'm not actually drawing it for print. I mean, I might turn it into actual merch once I try printing a sample of this thing. But not yet. Not yet. Soon. She reminds me that I need to get back to the shop soon. Yeah. Anisha, I'll be your karaoke singing. I saw you guys were in the Discord. I didn't want to disturb, so I didn't join. Can't wait, Missy. I can't wait. No, I feel bad. And yes, I'm scrolling through a lot of FF7 stuff on the side here. Look, there Mr. Dolphin is so cute. Huh? Get him being so playful with the cloud, huh? I disturbed her. Hey. Sorry, okay. I can't disturb, so you're good. I disturb in your state. Okay, I understand the assignment. my god, he's got a yarn flash too. Ah. Yoshi's was. Although I'm technically not a Fujoshi. What is hello? My god. Game. Jesus. Smoothing. Oh. Every fountain alive. 500,000 gil. Wait, 500,000? 500,000, right. Where? Do you know that cloud? The Wonder poster? Or is it just not yet? Wait, I gotta find the chocobo. Hold on. It's in here. I gotta show the chocobo. Well, I noticed something with the baby choco. Wait, maybe I should find a video. Agenda 7 Rebirth. Where's the choco?
R1. Chocobos will primarily be used for exploration.
You notice that baby chocobos have like a little like pumpkin butt instead of bird tail feathers.
Which serve as
When can I zoom in? I can't.
Yes, you can pet the chocobo chick.
Look! The baby chocobo has like this weird fuzzy butt that looks like a pumpkin. If Clara was in chat or listening. Oh? So cute. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I should continue drawing before I keep getting distracted by the game, and then I end up doing this till too late, and then I couldn't wake up in time for work. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I just decided to look at Discord chat and what is going on in there. So Tomate. Also, how was the singing, Lucy? I did not ask you that. Did it go? I hope the preparation is going well for you. look right. Eh. ちょっと違うな。Doesn't look right at all. Yes. Like. It's this the area the key. Mounted like that, I think. Mountain. Here. And this little thing here. Something like that. Sorry. Am I even trying ready to mic? Oh gosh. Right. Hence. Pain of my existence. Is this a sign to tell me to buy a stupid $150 thing from Aussie Bandai? We draw that one as well. No. Like trying to crank my own head, putting my hand out, trying to use it as references. My head is in a very weird position. My neck hurts. But for the sake of art. I guess that. Yes. Does that look right? Get it home. It's fine for now. Okay. Need to redraw this as well. right face. I need a face. It should be lower a bit. And oh my god, I haven't drawn it so long. I mean, a finger is extremely long. Too long. Ito. Add that detail in. This doesn't matter. Really? Yeah. I think this is kind of obvious what I'm drawing already. Of course, he shall be my first test subject. Hehe. Though I still can't get his rare right. Why does your hand not make any sense? Oh, just running in. Think about here. It should probably be here though. This one should be here. But there. Looks about right. I'll leave this guy naked. Getting some more being hit music now. Hold on. I can bring it up. What am I setting? Wrong one. It should just to be sure to blast you. I spelled this. Oh gosh. I think it was. If I thinking if he was sick or he was himself from which one? Is it like the Nibelheim incident thing? Or like which part? What are you talking about? It's well, I'm coming for small. Pineapple. It's small. Small. I've got a pineapple. See? Oh, it should be 60. There you go. します。あ、します。Why is this so high pitched? します。Enjoy the potato songs. E.します。 That makes sense. Other waste done. And yes. Okay. Guess I should be able to finish lining tonight. And color. Ito. Damn, I can't even decipher my own sketch over there. Oh no. I eh. This one goes here. Spikes are coming too far out. Wait a minute. I hope I'm not gonna be stuck here till like 3 AM trying to figure out his hair. Does that make sense? Hi, buds. Draw faster? No. We're drawing as fast as I could, trying to decipher this damn guy's here. Can't go any faster, man. Aren't you at the dentist right now? What are you doing here? Is the appointment over? This is the only song I can ever sing, man. Jeez. How your hair is. My dental appointment surgeon told me better not to remove the wisdom tooth, but he's going to talk to the dentist and referred me over to figure it out. Damn. Is it in like a bad position or something? It sounds like it's in a very bad position, that's why. Truly, the potato song describes my one brain cell that is working, trying to figure out what is this hair. And yes, I'm gonna keep complaining about his hair, because what is this? Yeah, but he told me if it's not hurting much, shouldn't bother with it. It's just that his grandpa's similar stuff is still with too each with having those teeth. Just need a water pick to do it. Because things get stuck in there, huh? Interesting. I think why, but it always reminds me of the Four Fiends. I guess it's the instrument. Some of the beats, it's kind of similar. That's why. But I just can't perform feats like this music every time it plays. It just reminds me of the stupid Tsurumaru Kurinaga. This song fits him so well, being such a dumbass. Yes, Drax. So I'll see you guys day. I was suffering at work. I mean, since when I was not suffering, but it was especially worse because the TGS was today. And I was internally screaming the whole time, and I have no outlet, basically, yes. Until now. Work sucks, I want to stay home, same. I kind of wish there was like some kind of like some huge event, man, that can just, immediately cause some issue and then be like, oh, well, we are all now can't work, unable to work due to circumstances of the world, yay. But we'll still get paid. Or some, I don't know, man. But wishful thinking, The world is not just all suffering, it's just that when you're an adult, you have adult responsibilities. Gotta make sure to take care of those responsibilities, you gotta work. Things that you don't want to work on, that's when you suffer. But when you do truly find things that you do enjoy doing as an adult and for work, then they will become a different story, This hair part doesn't look right now. Oh, this song. This is the song that I need. Okay. Automatic power. Just take control. Brain power. As a great freedom. I will wait. I will wait. I will be over. I don't know. I will. Open. Just open. Automatic power. Overdrive. Just the room. Oh yeah, so I'm gonna forget the PS4 to play this game or wait it out for PC version. As I've said many times before, I will not buy the PS5 just to play the game unless they come out with the special edition PS5 or something, which they obviously didn't. So therefore, I will wait 1 year after release for the PC version. I don't have that much money. Especially if next year my money is all gonna go into like the goddamn Kuji. I can already hear my wallet crying, and now I'm just staring at this guy who's just making this pose at his face and I want to smack him. Be grateful for you. You're taking all my money, man. What the hell? If you have a PS4, you can borrow. He does not. The man does not. Pretty much everyone we know in our circle does not. I think. You might. Are you really gonna sink it? I mean, I guess if you have other games like 16 and I don't know what other games. Oh yeah, Relink. I think you mentioned. So there is some benefits in you getting. Yeah, well, I mean, maybe after you finish Relink or something first, so yeah. コンビニに行こうかな。24時間コンビニエンスストア。コンビニエンスストア。What's that? There you go, you can just say just play it. Stream party. That would be difficult because I think playing at the place is gonna be a bit difficult, considering the kind of play times that I have. Especially if I want to stream, it will probably be at night, so definitely not going to be spending it at this place. If only we are back in the good old days of okay. I mean, you technically could go back to those days. Technically could. But financial stability in an unpredictable right now. Unpredictable world. I can't English. Seriously. I can't English tonight. Brain wasted too much power. Let's do. Ayan. 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 Alright, this reminds me that I need to go back to playing FF14. And continue my farming quest. Yes, I need to get an umbrella. Did you play how many more? I need to play about 13 more times. 13 more times. Maybe 14 times. Each round is about 50 minutes, 210 minutes. Yeah, about 3.5 hours worth. I don't know if I'm gonna have energy tomorrow to play though. The drawing is easy energy, man. It's low energy activity. Also, I need to solve my controller problem with the game. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep having like constant problems where my character just kind of run halfway and just stand there like just staring. Like, oh, what did I do again? What was I supposed to do again? Also, I did go on Saturday. So I can't really play that late either. Oh yeah, Raft. We have not continued Raft after that one time we were we should continue Raft. Maybe later in the month, in October or something. Oh yeah, true, you do need to work. 1, 12, 11. If I do want to play, I could play till 2 while you will go off at work at 1. Oh my gosh, my VOD is gonna be like weird because I'm like humming to a different song, but then the VOD is playing another song. Whoops. But well, what to do? Copyright, yeah. I want to get the pen hammer down so early. Well, in that case, QC, you wanna join for PvP tomorrow? If you're still around. I can't sing the song. I can't. That song is way too fast, man. Way too fucking fast for me. PvP FF14 tomorrow. I need to continue the grind. Grind to 100. I need to play like 13 times, which equates to about 3.5 hours. Tomorrow! I can't voice crack like Inya. Tomorrow? It's tomorrow. Okay. Button said I will be playing at about 11. 11? Yeah. Usual time. 11 p.m. is our usual start time. So give or take lah. Yeah. Question, should I stream? Then again, I don't think it'll be that entertaining. Yeah, but it'll be hard to coordinate there. Also, that means you're gonna have to wake up earlier. Beyond there's so much coordinating we're playing. Well, I mean, the main strategy is just get to the train, try and win the train, then stuff, I guess. 9 p.m. is too early, man. No 9 p.m. No. No 9. Earliest is 10 or 10:30. Shite, which layer is what? So I had to stop erasing the wrong layer. This is belt. Long belts. This layer is top. This short. And hey, there everyone, your sakaban pisu. Sakaban ban pisu. Yeah, there. Uh, 10 p.m. 应该可以吧？Maybe 10, 15. Give or take some time after this, in case. I'm sorry, my setup is in the living room and I'm disturbing people, okay? This piece, blah. Let's talk too fast. Sometimes the word come out very. 现在哦，也是危险期的时刻。Gonna get shit done by next. Technically by Friday. So that means about. Yeah, I do need to make sure things are working on Friday. Or at least most of the things can work on Friday. So I wish it can be like this song, be like just shimasu. Oh wait, oops. I am still with 6 apart. Ah, wrong thing. I shouldn't. Oops. I think I'm done with the line work. What's supposed to be in the background? Nothing. Nothing. Align to selection. Why do you just disappear? I don't get how this thing works. What is wrong with you, woman? What is wrong with you? Jesus, man. Leave my car alone, damn it. No, it does not. I mean, you. If I do make this thing out, you can do whatever the fuck you want with it, whatever you want in the background, but no, I will not be doing that. I'm not gonna bother reading out the whole message. I just... Did you watch the movie to the point that you're so unhinged right now, huh? I know it's early for you, but Jesus Christ, man. Do this. New layer, I think. No? Oh my gosh, I don't remember copy complete stroke. Okay, rasterize layer. The card 9. Alright. Maybe card 9 well. You know, but I guess just leave it and let the person, the vendor, decide how to do this. Okay, I am gonna create a base color layer first before I go to bed. Nice menu is best. This how this menu is best, but I still did a mistake, huh? Right. Buddy, hello Lenny. What are you doing? I didn't know you were streaming. Oh my gosh, hi Lenny. How was your stream? Let me try. Oh, man. Does it work? Yeah, it works. It was nice also, did that. Nice. You didn't catch your stream again. I'm sorry. We seem to tend to stream around the similar time. I was also busy watching Rebirth. It got weird at the first part with some strange guy demanding art. Oh my gosh, is it like a person named like Elijah or some? I got something similar earlier. Yeah, the person's username was Elijah from mine. Yeah, but that they enjoyed, but sorry, but not taking requests, man. Well, but hopefully they weren't being too pushy for you. Yeah, it's that person. Oh, he was very pushy. Oh no. I guess they were kind of going rounds. Why did they want you to? Oh my gosh. People, please don't force an artist to draw your request, man. We appreciate y'all, but still, like, some people need to learn that. For 500 to draw. Yeah, though, that one is straight up just commissioned, ain't it? I did a doodle for him and that's... I see. I just kind of denied and said that, you know, I'm not currently taking any requests because I do want to finish my own art. So I just like, I just said, I don't know the character, I will draw it next time, I'll keep that in mind, but not tonight. Yeah. I wasn't trying to try to demand for it again, but I was like, nah, not tonight, man, sorry. And Kali told him that he wanted a detailed art from an artist that's willing and paid him. Yeah. But considering what you said, they probably won't. And they probably will. Which is sad. I was like, nah, mate, I enjoy. Yeah, I know, right? Sorry, man, but art takes effort. Even though we make it look effortless. We're not gonna just do it for free just because you ask. All the more we know artist streaming, gotta look up for him. Oh, yeah, exactly. Cannot be taken advantage of because once one person does it, then there's a whole bunch more predators that's just gonna go after them. Vicious cycle. No such thing as free art, yeah. Unless we decided that, you know, our dear friend who needs free art, we will do free art. But other than that, nah. especially when they use the word demand. I know, right? Like, why that word? Tell you the way to be dope. No, not even gonna do that, man. Not even gonna do that. AI is still built on the stolen art of other people. I'm not gonna suggest that. I guess that's QC. Thanks for helping with the shoutouts. Well, QC, the actual like shoutout is working, so you could use the shoutout command. In case you didn't know, that's the only command that I have. Anything else other than the shoutout command I don't have working yet. Oops. I kinda did not expect that anyone would use it, so hehe. Oh my god, I'm feeling the itch to just continue. You know what? I could still continue. I should though be going to sleep, otherwise I will be dead tomorrow. But you know what? Just more. Yeah, just a bit more. Shush, Buns, shush. No one said nothing. No one said nothing. You heard nothing. Rip Sleep Kun, yeah, always rip. Big Kun too. Big Kun will not enjoy being alone. But too bad. I gotta clean out these tiny edges or it's gonna bother me. Well, lady, did you see the TGS updates for Rebirth? Shit's insane. Shit is making me want a PS5 but I ain't got no money. Also, I'm gonna lose a lot of money next year. Thanks to the Kuji. Yeah, Tokyo Game Show. It was just earlier today, it just started, and then they had the demos of the game that people could play, and I saw people uploading videos and reviews and stuff. If you know Maximilian Dude, you can check him out. He gave some like pretty in-depth review. It was, oh my god, I can't even. I just can't even. The new battle systems, the Chocobo. I just, ooh, wait, hold on. You know what? Hold on. Give me a sec. Since I'm, am I going to do what I'm gonna do? Yes. Yes, playable Sephiroth. Although I'm just gonna play the shorter one, which is from IGN. Give me a quick second, okay? The IGN, the 7 Rebirth. immediately the first thing we see. Let's watch it together again.
An unlikely game that I have a hard time fathoming that it actually exists. To take one of the most well-known and beloved RPGs of all time and rebuild it into a modern package seemed an impossible task, yet Square Enix somehow managed to rise to the challenge. With Rebirth, the second entry in the planned trilogy of the FF7 Remake project, the task seems even more daunting. Going into Remake, it was unclear whether Square Enix would stay 100% true to the beloved original or make plot changes to one of
they
the
have
most
like
well-known
two different
storylines in all
demos
of
in
gaming.
TGS. One is with the
was a bit of
playable
both.
Sephiroth
Remake
part,
followed the structure of FF7 nearly to a T,
and the other
expanding
one
out
is
the
like part of the
original's Midgar
open
section
world part
into a full game of its
of
own,
the main
while
story.
also making small but significant changes to key moments.
Okay, go on. I'm gonna go on to the new TGS stuff. Go.
And now, Rebirth has the unenviable task of picking up this new, almost but not quite same story as Cloud, Aerith, Tifa,
Cloud in
Barret,
water
and
with
Red
red hair
13
is so cool.
emerge from Midgar on the heels of
That
Sephiroth.
puppy.
I went
Yes, that was a
hands-on with a short
Vincent.
demo section of the PS5 exclusive, playing through a bit
Oh,
of the
Vincent
flashback
and Cloud.
sequence from
Oh,
5
yeah.
years previous,
I'm
where
sorry.
Cloud and
I
Sephiroth
meant Sin.
approached the Mount Nibble reactor, as
They
well
will
as a
both
second
be
section
in the
of
game
open area
in the
that
next part.
party explores
Look,
before entering
those
the military city
customizable
of Juno.
chocobos.
That city they're headed to. Is that...
Ah yeah, Sephiroth clones. Ominously going to a city.
At its core, Rebirth's combat is nearly identical to the system used in Remake, combining active attacking and movement with issuing commands to your party members when their action meter is full. You still pressure and stagger enemies, building the gauge via skillful combat and doling out massive damage when it's
So this is
full.
the
It's a
Nibelheim
fun
part,
system that
and this is
provides
the
a good
Junon
mixture
part.
of modern active combat
And yes,
with the
they have
turn-based
the
strategy
dolphin.
that FF7 is known for. Fortunately, there are some new combat options available at your disposal. Rebirth introduces a new synergy system that lets you unleash multi-character combo attacks. Look out for synergy skills, which are basic combo attacks that can be used without an ATB charge, that you employ by holding R1 and then pressing square or
Combat
triangle.
is gonna be
These
so
didn't
busy in
feel
this game.
terribly different from just mashing square to attack, but they do give you an additional way to vary your basic damage output. Rebirth also introduces synergy abilities, which can be used when two characters have built enough synergy gauge, a new secondary meter that's filled by using abilities.
Look at
These
things go
essentially
boom.
feel like additional limit breaks, giving you another source of big flashy damage to dole out. Synergy abilities vary depending on the characters using them, and they have fun little mini cutscenes, like Barret unloading a salvo of bullets and then throwing Red 13 at the target.
Oh my god, he really threw red
There's
like
also
a
new
cannon.
materia to expand your options in combat. In addition to one seen in Remake, like Synergy,
Also, they
Modify,
updated
and
the
Assess,
menu so
I encountered
much.
a Precision Defense Focus materia, which extends the input timing window for perfect
already
blocking,
feel busy with the
a
automatic
Lightning and
controls.
Wind
Well,
materia, which
welcome
enables
to
both arrow
Rebirth,
and
man.
thunder magic, and a
There's
level
even more
boost
gauges and
materia,
things.
which increases the level of the linked materia by 1. The demo also gave me a taste of how Rebirth will
And you have
translate
classic
the
mini
expansive
games?
open world of FF7's world map into explorable zones. It won't be completely open world, but rather have large open areas that you'll be able to explore. Fans of the original will remember the pre-Junon section as a relatively empty bit of world map that the party traverses after emerging from the Mithril Cave. Here, though, it's a large open area with cliffs overlooking a picturesque bay with the imposing edifice of Junon
Controls
looming in
are so
the
big.
background. In
Yeah.
open areas like this, the party will explore on foot, in vehicles, and
Hey,
on the backs
Bongo.
of chocobos. Poor Red 13. That cannot be comfortable.
Look at red.
This section I played was fairly walled off at the edges, but it's unclear if these walls are actually hard separations from other zones, or if the world map actually is all connected, and you're just
Look at this
limited by the
giant map,
modes of
man. Look
traversal
at
your
it.
disposal,
It's so
as was the case with
huge.
the original FF7 overworld. I didn't get to try out catching a chocobo for myself, but once you have one for that area, it can be
Chocobo,
summoned
cus-
with R1.
they are all
Chocobos will
customizable too, by the
primarily be
way.
used for exploration and traversal,
You can beat them.
with specialized variants available in
There's
different
black, blue
areas.
chocobos
In the
in
section
this
I played, I only had access
next part.
to a fairly basic chocobo that gave me some extra speed, but we've seen in the gameplay trailer one that can
Look
scale
at this.
cliffs and another that can fly.
It's just like the original
The
game.
open area also had some hunt-like encounters numbers that were marked on the map. These marked enemies seem to be specialized variants that came with a list of tasks to complete while fighting them. In the demo, these tasks were fairly basic.
Oh my gosh,
Pressure and
you
stagger an enemy
will see
and
this
defeat
the
them all within a
most
certain time
adorable
limit.
chocobo
But I have
later.
to
Oh my
assume that
gosh.
more complicated
You will
challenges
love
will
it.
be present in the full game. These fights could also be repeated if you wanted to take an additional stab at knocking out all the objectives. Meanwhile, the open areas are littered with crafting materials to pick up. Little bits like
I can't
laurel
believe they can
leaves
skill
and mist
the
seeds
cliff wall
and
like that. That's just
manifestations
how
of
the black
planet's
chocobos
blessing,
are,
whatever
man.
that
They
is.
are
These can be used
they
to
are
craft basic
almost all
items
terrain
like potions and
traversable.
Phoenix
That's the
Downs.
point of them.
There are also chocobo stops to unlock, which serve
Look
as fast travel locations, letting you return to previous zones even after you've moved on. And yes, you can pet the chocobo chick.
It is got pumpkin heads. Oh, he's so cute.
Story-wise, Rebirth again feels very familiar and yet also different. This is due in part to the tremendous difference in scale and presentation. Here, like with Remake, areas that were previously
And
sparse
it
or
guides
bare
you
are
to like the
expanded out into
chocobo
lush zones
stations
to
which you can
explore. But there
activate.
are also little changes that are mostly inconsequential, but they still play out in different ways than fans of the original FF7 are used to. Climbing Mount Nibble with Cloud, Sephiroth, and Tifa is effectively the same as people will remember it, right down to specific scenes like
man.
Sephiroth explaining
Already getting
how
the
materia is
heebie-jeebies.
crystallized Mako.
For the Mako energy to condense into something like this, it must have taken an eternity.
I've always wondered, how does materia let you cast spells exactly?
I
How
cannot
did
get
you
used to
ever
Cloud
get to
being
be a
so
soldier?
high-pitched.
And then you'll run into something different.
act like that, I
needing
can't.
to use a big honkin' vacuum cleaner to hoover up some Mako fumes before you can use an elevator. What was that about?
Great random puzzles. Oh, this looks so funny.
Finally, there's the question of bigger changes.
Although, Lenny,
The
I'm
end of
sure you know
Remake
why
retcons
Cloud
a
acts
character
like that,
death
right?
with fairly significant implications for FF7's story. Rebirth, meanwhile, will cover through the end of the original
So
game's
it's
first
Happy
disc,
voice.
which,
Actually,
I'm not gonna
Cloud's
say anything.
EN
The real
voice
question, though,
is a lot
whether the
deeper than that.
story-changing whispers
It's
of fate
closer
will
to
show up
Steve
again.
Burton's
That remains to be seen.
rendition,
Oh,
but
great.
just slightly
These
more
assholes
young
again.
or something.
Probably some Shinra science
The one
experiment.
in the Nibelheim flashback was like purposely higher pitched.
For more Final Fantasy VII Rebirth coverage, check out our interview with game director Naoki Hamaguchi, producer Yoshinori Kitase, and creative director Tetsuya Nomura. And for everything else, keep it right here on IGN.
I wanna play the game already. Cause young Cloud, yeah, young Cloud and very excitable Cloud. Quote unquote Cloud.
What?
Also new boss in the Nibelheim flashback.
You said you wanted to be a hero.
Wish I had.
It thinks we're after materia.
Someone should tell it we're not.
Oh my gosh, I wish this and cuts could go away. I want to see the bit cool. Waiting for all about my weapons. I know, right? The next part. Can't wait for the next part. And part after that. So it's gonna take a while. I heard, considering now the next part is like coming out in like next year, and then people estimating like the amount of years that it took for this part to come out would probably make it so that part 3 would come out in just nicely on the 30th anniversary of Final Fantasy VII or something like that. People were speculating. Yeah, I can't wait. Apparently the trailer teaser had one weapon, I believe. Which I think was a Sapphire weapon. It kinda had Sapphire weapon vibes. By then players were kids, I know, right? Oh man, how old would I be? Yikes. Big yikes. But well, I mean, to an extent, I could say that the kids can also play and enjoy FF7 together with the parents now. Sheesh. And old school FF7 fans will be grandparents. Come on, sir, it's just another 5 years or so. That's a bit too soon to be grandparent. I mean, after all, the original game came out when I was born, so I don't think I'll be a grandparent by then. At most, I'll have kids. If ever. If ever. Fluffy chocobo kid. Getting more chocobo babies to hit pets. Oh my god, the baby chocobo is so good. I still can't get over why it's got like a pumpkin shape, but with like leaves coming out of it. Like, it makes no sense. Like, how? Huh? Are you not a chocobo? Chocobos have fluffy butts with feathers. How does that work? Let me just before bed, before I sleep, I'm gonna face colors. Yes. Oh my god, I can't remember what I want to say. Oh god. It is time and time to sleep. In the meantime, you quickly finish this. They say you know what this song is? Is that why you oh my god? Yeah. Okay, Lenny. Have a good rest. Get some good rest. Let's sleep for tomorrow. Otsukare on the stream. Yeah, I open up. I legit cannot stop listening to this song because it is exactly by Iosis. And also another thing is the animation. I could not stop staring at it. Yeah, why is it not picking up this call? So the animation for the chorus part is so smooth. It just got stuck in my head and I just cannot help it. Yeah, yellow Shigure. I don't know why. I saw like some parts of that stream. It's just hilarious. The animation is too cute, and the timing of the animation is so good and so smooth. Oh, this song is fast. Yeah, she did say for the biggest one, yeah. Okay, oops. I put it on the singable. Yeah, I did, and I went to look for the person's Twitter and saw some of their other works, and I was like, oh, Sasuga sensei. And I really want to like find some time to like download the video of that like that dancing part and then just psychoanalyze like frame by frame. Brain, please stop trying to be so picky. Let me just make it rough. Stop trying to perfectionize this. Let me go sleep. My hands are not stopping. Okay. This shirt was black. But I'm not gonna give it pure black. As in, one should never use pure black. Gonna roughly fill it. I shall not bother with being too perfect, trying to clean the art. Otherwise I would be staying here until 5 AM. Okay, maybe not 5. Close enough. Okay. So put up the layers. Once I put the layers up. Am I rushing for deadline? In a way. I do want to like get this out as soon as possible so that I can do like a test print and see how it looks, and then decide whether I do want this as a birch or not, and then I can proceed to do more characters, which is the main thing, right? And I have an event that is at the end of the year. I don't have that much time left, so I need to get my butt moving to complete this ASAP. Yeah, but your paint style is different from mine, so it's no use if you... Unless it's just helping me to feel the base colors, that's fine, but still, it's not gonna really help that much, so it's fine. Don't worry about it. This is a typical in a day of a merge creator, honestly. Especially sometimes for like easily printed merch, people can just be like doing it right at the last minute, like a day or two before the event. Some people do that too. Try to make a realistic paint. I mean, feel free to go make one for yourself then. Go draw something, man. Hello, you are an artist yourself, you can do it. Just drawing people not your forte. But then draw something else then, Jet. Also, your people looks fine. It's stylistic. Yeah. Oh boy.
眠れる君は王女汚れることなかれ清らなる美少よ頭上には星屑落ちるは奈落の底幕は閉じあんたグランギのガラスとエロスが抱き合い踊り果てる香水にルバーナ人々は叫ぶ神の言葉を世界に光あれと
If you really want, I can give you the line where it's fine. One last part.
これ開けたら君たちに何て言ってあげるべきかな探してたのは船長ああそんなにかっついちゃダメだぞかなお宝よりも魅力的なもの見つけちゃったいいじゃない誘うがネットの赤極上の
Realize that you wanna put on your own stuff, I mean, yes, but that doesn't stop me from like, okay, if you want, since you're my friend, I can give you to let you play around with it, but that's not gonna be the thing I'm going to go and take it sell, you know what I mean? Unless it's specifically that's, you know, the point that the thing that's gonna be sold is a collab piece, but that's not the point of this thing, so. I think I want to collect this sometime. But maybe after my event. Because I do have plans to make an online store. I just realized one thing about my own artwork and rendering is that until now I still have not figured out how to color my eyes. Give me a second because with the message and just add some highlights. That's one thing about the line. Oh shit. Is this the... Okay, I think this should be the color of my line. I hope it is. Flip. Alright, okay. I think I'm done. I like it. Although I feel like this is gonna be a bit small, huh? Since the card is not that big. I kind of don't want him to block the whole thing too. Oh, so I'll just try. I'm thinking of honest style too, but not super sure because I really like how you do bubble or something. I see. That's we have many choices here. I was like probably thinking like, what do I want to use as the service, so to speak? Okay, be fine closing that. Yep. Yeah. I mean, currently right now my plan actually after looking at all the different choices and thinking that I probably won't be selling like too many at one time. We can go like the route for like using Ko-fi, Ko-fi. Oh, it's supposed to be spelled like this. Yeah, it's kind of like a little tipping service, but they do have a shop front for the people who use it. So they actually, if I recall, they are free. Up to 5, I think. Okay, give me a quick second. Suddenly things are lagging for a bit. Give me a while. Okay, oh, okay, it's back. It's back. Yeah, so if I remember, they are free for up to 5 listings. We can put up for like 5 different listings. It'll be free. And then they charge, I think, 5% for each additional listing you want to put up beyond that. People do use their service quite a lot. People who do commissions and artwork, and there's a lot of creators on it. So they don't charge in a sense that in the way that Etsy does it. Yeah, Etsy kind of does it like per listing if I'm not wrong, and then the commission fee for those is very high. Yeah. Also, I think there was some issues with Redbubble because people tend to kind of sell stolen stuff. So also good to choose a service where it's a bit more less messy in a sense. There is also stuff like Big Cartel, I guess, that I see some people do, like, you know, sell merch on. But they kind of also go by listing routes, and the fees are slightly higher. No, they don't do printing, no shipping. They are just a storefront. They are like, they're just a storefront for you to put your things online. Yeah, you ship things yourself, you print things yourself. Pretty much like Etsy and all that, ma. Yeah, all these websites are just like storefronts. Yeah, my brain was not working for a second. Yeah, but I mean, Redbubble does help you print, then ship, since they are like, you know, a publisher in a sense. But I kind of don't really trust the artworks a little bit. Also, you can't really control the quality to that extent because, like, they are the ones handling everything, so their quality is all on them. If the quality is not up to your standard, then yeah, you can't do anything about it. Also, there's like, I mean, if you are back in sea, you know, there's like cheap Malaysian suppliers that you can use. Or China, or you can use Taobao. That's what some people do, but Taobao is a bit sketchy sometimes. I think it's the logistics that's pain. Well, I mean, yeah, but that's how you wanna make a small printing business. It would be stuff like that you gotta deal with, you know. But yeah, I mean, it's just up to you to weigh like your pros and cons. Like, would you prefer to be able to quality check everything, and ensure that, you know, your supplier, you know, sends to you so that you can make sure everything's okay and perfect, then you can customize the package, for example, then send to your customer? Or would you prefer the more, like, you know, simplistic methods like Redbubble and stuff, you know? Yeah. If you want it plain and simple, then yeah, you could go Redbubble route. There was like a old other website that my mom used for a bit. It was called Zazzle, but then I don't know if that place still exists. Yeah, if you go the route that I'm planning to go, you do need to hold the stock yourself. But one good thing is that to some extent, you can do things such as pre-order or interest check forms. Then you put it up online, gather people, and they are like, you know, interest, and see how many people want. So you can have it made to order. Then you can order within like the bulk, depending on the supplier. Some suppliers, like especially on Taobao, they tend to like be open to like just you even getting a quantity of one. So this is why I'm trying to rush out testing this merch image that I'm trying to do, so I can print one out and see how it goes. So I picked it as a sample. Yeah, if it's good, then I'll start buying in bulk. Then you can get discounts. And if you have pre-orders, then you can have made-to-order quantities. Then you can round up or round down depending on how much you need. So I think for that it's more possible with fan merch since there's a fan base to some extent. Yeah, that is to some extent true. Yeah, unless you promote your own original artwork a lot. Use social media a lot, then I do see people, you know, doing like this kind of routes, like and Kim is one of them. And there was like some other Twitter people which I saw like they do like VTuber backgrounds, but they expanded into like making merch of backgrounds because a lot of people love the backgrounds, like the background environments, I mean, like rooms and stuff. Yeah, they make like mouse pads and all that. I'm thinking to start a random thing. What kind of random thing? Like, how random is random? Like your bunny? Ooh, creepy drawings. There's definitely a niche for that. Like I've seen at a convention before with QC as well. There were some people who do like creepy drawings. Very how to put it? I wouldn't say it's morbid. Unsettling is one. Dark. Basically very creepypasta. It's golf style, yeah, kind of a little bit golf style, but slightly beyond it. Very macabre, yeah, very macabre. People do buy it, you know. And the more you have a niche, the more likely you would have people, because it is much easier to sell in a niche to some extent, because people who try to find that kind of niche, sometimes they cannot find the things that they want, because there's so little creators for it. So more, you might have a higher potential of being able to sell compared to ones like Genshin, which is like all over the place. And right now Honkai Star is catching up, which makes me need to quickly finish my stuff before it gets harder to sell. So which means for those kind of fandoms, your design and your art style really needs to be quite interesting for people to get. If it's too typical, then people won't really want to buy it, then you're gonna have a problem. It's a whole cycle. More like fun, yeah. Fun, interesting, falls under those categories. Sorry, I'm just staring at my own model. Okay, but yeah, so that is all for today. So tomorrow 10 PM, 10:30-ish. Final Fantasy 14 PvP, yeah. I doubt I would stream anything. I don't think I would stream. I don't think. Just have Kyra in the background. Oh, if Link is censored, yeah. Just to prevent the issues, because yeah. I mean, hello. You have my contact outside of chat here. Send it there. It's more permanent that way. Goodness me, buns. I know you're lazy lah, but still, you know. Well, we're talking here, well, I know, but yeah, no. This chat here is not permanent. It will go away. Damn, the lag between the text showing up. Well, latency. What can it be? Can't be done. Can't be helped. Bleh. I'm not even English correctly anymore. No. Well, that just means time for bed. Yeah. Maybe Saturday or Sunday. Probably Saturday. Maybe. I will continue the picture. With colors, maybe. Yep, but yeah, it's good night time, so good night, Kase. Not good night to Buns, because she is working. Well, then again, not really. She went to an appointment anyways. Technically not working. More like good day. Good day to you. Have a good day. Have a good rest of the day. More like I share my stream here. Right. Thank you for the new followers, whoever is, if anyone's still lurking. And the reads as well. Yeah. I was not expecting reads. What is going on today? 예, 頑張って반 짜요 짜요. Don't die at work. Right, I shall see you two specifically tomorrow. And the rest I shall see you another time. Okay, bye-bye. Bye. Wow.